So hi guys, today I'm going to share some basic questions you might face even before the first round of an interview. So you can consider these are the questions you can expect in the call itself. This call will be decided, so whether you are capable to take the actual interview or not. This is going to be decides you, the scheduling here, actual scheduling the interview. This call will decides you, they are going to ask you some basic questions, you are answering or not. So based upon your capability, they are going to conduct the actual interview process. So you may expect these are the basic questions. In the call itself, they are going to ask you what is identity and what is authentication and what is authorization and what is accounting. So identity is nothing but unique identity. In every company, when you join in the organizations, they are going to give you some unique identity. That means email ID or else entity, like a unique ID they are going to give you. So such as a username or email ID to log into the system. You join in a company called some abc.com, so your name is some John, so they are going to give you John @abc.com. they are going to give you the same way, and after that it is a who you are, who you are. It represents your identity. That means your identity will be, every identity will be stored at active directories, no. So this is about complete identity. It refers uniquely identifying user, such as a username or unique ID. You may tell like that. And then after authentication, you have email ID. Then after, definitely after receiving your email ID, you have to log in into the system to work something on the system. Next, you know that everyone you are going to receive some email IDs and you have to log in. Login is nothing but authentication. So you have to enter the identity, and you need to enter the password for authentication. So you'll let the login identity and as well as the password is everything goes good, so we can able to enter into the application. That is called authentication. So it is nothing but verifying an identity through methods like passwords, biometric or MFA. So it is suppose first take an example like authentication. Take an example like Gmail. Your first, it is going to ask you for enter the username. Suppose some John @abc.gmail.com you are going to enter. So then after successful identity verification, in that authentication itself, the pre-authentication as well as the post-authentication will be there. In the pre-auth itself, they are going to it is going to verifies the username is exist or not, the unique identity is existed in the active directory or not, it is going to check. So the identity will match. So then the factor will come into the picture. That is nothing but the passwords, the multi-factors they are going to assign you. The factor is nothing but methods to identify through the password. Through you are going to enter into the system, right? So the password will be kept into the database. So and as well as the password also hashed into the database. So once you enter after entering your email ID, and then after it is going to ask you for enter the password. So once you enter the password, that enter the password that is going to match with the database password. Then after it is going to, if the password and everything match, you can able to enter into the application. So this is about authentication. So verifying your identity is nothing but authentication. So in verification, you may first method is you have passwords and as well as the MFA methods as well. So you know that MFA methods, if you want to, you can tell them in the interview. Otherwise you can skip that one. Otherwise if the interview will ask you, you may tell them what is MFA and what are the factors are there. We have 3 factors are there in the MFA, knowledge factor, possession factor, inherence factor. Possession factor, we need something, knowledge factor we have, first one is knowledge factor, something, that means you have to remember, you need to remember the passwords, like then you can able to enter the password and you can able to get into the application. So next one is position factor, something you have, that means position means you have something you have, that means like once we receive the OTPs on mobiles or else email IDs, so we need to enter that OTPs into the application, then only we can able to enter into the application to access and work with that data. So then after inherence factor means something you are, you have to prove yourself, that like biometrics or else something face recognitions. So these are the things are set by in MFA. So these are the different factors in available in the MFA. So for the strict kind of application, security is required, more security required for those applications, we are going to set the strict MFA policies, like we can set three as well, like position, knowledge, as well as inherence. So this is about the authentication. And what is authorization? Authorization means nothing but you are already successfully authenticated and you can able to enter into the application and you can able to access the application. That means, so successful authentication, you can able to access some, you are going to receive some permissions, like that is not but access rights. So it's about granting permissions and access rights. So after logging, so you are going to, like suppose you are logging into the Gmail ID, you are going to access some applications, like suppose you can able to go to the, after logging into the Gmail, you can go to the Gmail ID, and as well as you can go to the drive, and also you can go to the sheets, and also if you want to browse something on YouTube, also you can go to the YouTube, and as well as you have calendar, you have n number of tools are there in the Gmail itself. You can consider like one of the example for authorization. So based upon your authorization, you can able to access those things. So your Gmail ID is unique, no? So like I'm not going to access your data, you are not going to access my identity details like my Gmail ID. So these are the different things. So authorization means you are logging into your system by using your credentials, that means your identity. So you are going to receive your like whatever the access rights we have, you are going to get those authorizations. Based upon your authorization, you are going to access the things. And what about accounting? So accounting is nothing but tracking the user records, like nothing but the actions the user is going to do something day to day basis, he is going to do some works on work basis, they are going to do something activities. So everything is going to be recorded in Okta. So when you log in the file, like what files you are going to access, and when you are logging out, and this is information can be used for auditing and security analysis, and also or else some billing purpose also in accounting. And also accounting is considered like auditing as well, like it is a process of reviewing the accounting logs, so ensure for compliance and security policies, so identity suspicious activity or investigate incidents. Like for example, regularly in your company audits will be going to happen, like internal audits or external audits will be done in for so to see whether some of anyone accessed sensitive data without any authorization. So they, like this will helps in auditing. So this is about basic questions in IAM. So you may expect, like once you have good idea on these things like identity, authentication, authorization, so these three things are enough. Accounting will be a different thing. So once you join into the organization, you may expect these accounting and auditing things. So like once you explain in this flow, So like never the caller or whatever the guy is calling to you in the call, like you may like you have a good understanding knowledge, so they're not going to ask you much questions about on the next. So thanks for watching. If you have any doubts or anything, so you can ask me in the comments, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share. Thank you.